Okay, so here we have it, the Canary Smart Security IP camera. So there's lots of different IP cameras on the market for you to choose from, whether that be Nest, the Logitech Circle, the Drop Cam. There's plenty to choose from. I've decided to go and have a look at this Canary IP camera for a few reasons. So to go over them now, as you'll see, this thing looks really good in terms of a camera. It doesn't look like a camera, so it doesn't kind of stick out like a sore thumb. So it kind of integrates into the aesthetics of your home a bit better. And this one particularly you're going to have in the office, and we'll see how it goes over the coming weeks. Also wanted something that had a reasonable wide angle lens. This has a 147 degree wide angle lens. So I think there are some that have slightly better, but again it's all about compromise. The things that I guess I don't really like about a lot of these IP cameras right now, this one included actually, is the fact that all the data has to go to the cloud. You don't have an option to configure some source on your NAS or something. So there's pros and cons. I prefer that there would be an option that you could pay a slightly higher premium to be able to control all your data flow yourself. But at the end of the day, most people don't really want that. So, you know, that's targeting the mainstream. So 1080p camera, 147 degree wide angle lens. It's motion detected. Also has night vision as well. It's got a 90, I think it's around a 90 or 100 decibel siren in there as well. Good quality microphone. Operates wired or wireless, BG and N. Takes a micro USB power port, but it also has other sensors involved in it. So it's not just a camera. It's got temperature and humidity and air quality sensors as well. It also has a 3-axis accelerometer in there, so similar to what you find in your smartphone. And this is if someone, you know, was to tamper with the device, you know, tip it over, knock it over, that would also set it off as well. So there's a few really smart things about it. When I see other people talking about this on other channels, one of the things they make a comment about, which I think is valid, but I think a bit kind of over the top. Obviously, if someone was to yank the power out, the thing is a sitting duck, right? But that is going to be the case with anything. So obviously, think about where you position it. The thing about the Canary, I guess it looks less like a surveillance device, right? And it doesn't mean that the bad guys don't know that this thing exists, because of course they have the internet too. But yeah, I think, you know, all these things are all about compromise. So let's open the box and see what we have inside. So it comes in 2 color variants. So as you can see, this is the white and black. They do a completely black one. The boxing is actually really nice. I like that. I went for the white and black one just because I think it looks a bit nicer aesthetically. They have got a new version of this coming out in the future called the Canary Plus. I'm not exactly sure what it is going to look like. It's going to look the same. And really the only difference, as far as I've been told from their marketing team, is the ability to work with the Apple HomeKit. So that isn't something that I was really interested in, so not looking to hold off anymore. They also have a new camera coming out next month in the US and early Q1 for the rest of the world, and that's called the Canary Flex. And that is an outside and indoor camera. It's a really small kind of compact device. Looks really interesting. So again, that's something to worth checking out as well. Okay. So here it is. This is actually really lightweight, a lot lighter than I expected it to be. So that's interesting. So here we have the power. Strange box of power. I guess it's a US form factor box that they've adjusted for the UK 3-pin plug, hence the reason it being a little bit odd and you have to take it apart, but we can live with these things. Okie dokie. So I guess you could use just any other 5-volt micro USB adapter if you have one handy. I don't think you tied into using this one. Okie dokie. But that's one side as well. Okay, so power, check. Okay, here we have the Canary itself. As you can see, it's a really smart looking device. So you have the Ethernet, micro USB, and then a 3.5mm jack plug on there. It feels like a quality product from what I can tell so far, so that's a good start. What else I have in the box is a little book. Tells you how to get started, download the app, find the perfect place, yada yada yada. So I'm hoping to integrate this into the smart home setup that I'm building here. One thing right now is it doesn't have native support for Echo, so that's kind of what I'm using to centralize everything here. Obviously I'm in the UK, we don't have the Wink skill or the IFTTT skill in the Amazon UK store. Once those things become available, then you can integrate it. I think going to use IFT is going to be the most practical approach for me. A couple of little stickers to say you have a Canary in your house, so be warned. Just a return policy warranty card thing there, not of too much interest to us. A good size length of that USB power cable actually, so if we just unplug that, I'm not quite sure how long it is, but that's going to make it really flexible for where you're going to position the device, so that's good. And the last thing is a 3.5mm jack plug. Now we'll get onto this in a moment with the setup. I'd heard about this. You actually have to plug this in to your smartphone and the back of the Canary to kind of get things kind of all synced up and running. So that's interesting. So let me get this all plugged in. I've already installed the app. So get the app configured and get this thing on the network and basically see how it works. So let's cut the video and we'll be back any second now. Okay, so we have power to the device. We've got the micro USB plugged in. We've got the little jack plug plugged in, ready. Don't know how much you can see. There's a faint blue light underneath the Canary there. So let's launch the app and see what happens. So I mentioned earlier about this obviously being in the cloud. So the data is obviously streamed into the cloud. It's not doing anything unless you've armed the device, so we'll look at that shortly. By default, I think you have kind of 12 hours of playback or something, and you can download 3 videos or something. I put the specifics on the side here now. Or you can pay like $9 a month, I think, to have, again, I'll put the specifics here, much more flexibility in terms of how much you can download and what you can access. I think it's something like 30 days or something. So again, me personally right now, I think the 12 hours is going to be fine. I don't necessarily want to be paying anyone another monthly fee on top of all the other things that we have to pay for the video. So we'll see how it goes. You obviously always have the option to buy in and buy out of this stuff. I think for the first 7 days you have access to the premium options, so I guess in the first week I will learn. The other important thing is this device also learns as you go. So as it triggers alerts, you can tell it, no, that's my dog, that's a cleaner that comes in every Monday, and over time it should learn the habits and then ultimately give you less alerting. So that'll be interesting to see. So I'll obviously do a follow-up video in the future to see kind of how well is this working. Right, so within the app we have the screen that asks us to set up our device. So we will do that. Set up Canary now. Place your Canary on a flat surface, plug it in with a black power cable, check. Canary starts glowing when it's plugged in, indeed. Okay, now I want to know where we live. To enable location services, determine your address, local emergency numbers, etc, etc. I'm going to say no to that right now because I'm super paranoid. But I think my understanding is if you enable location services, then if there's an issue, you have the option to call the local police. as a central button. So I'm going to say no for now. We can always do that later. The location service is also helpful in the sense that I think you can have geolocation on the app. So when you come home and go away, you can have it automatically enable or disable. So again, depending on what you're looking for, that may help as well. So now it's asking me for my address. So it definitely wants to know where I am. Let's see if I can click next. No, it definitely needs to know at least the country I'm in and the first line of the address. So let's have a quick look at this. See if we can put anything in there. Country, United Kingdom. Okay. Next. Okay, then it's going to ask me where is the location of my Canary. So is it the front door, back door, hallway, kitchen, dining room, bedroom, office, custom. We will select office because that's where this is going to be. Okay, so it says now let's activate your Canary. Your iPhone will connect to your Canary to share secure information. If your Canary has a Bluetooth sticker, select Bluetooth. If not, use the yellow cable. Wasn't aware there was a Bluetooth version. Perhaps that's coming in the Plus, right? So let's use the magic of the 3.5 inch jack plug. Select audio cable. How will we connect to the internet? We will use Wi-Fi. And now it asks us for our Wi-Fi password. Of course it does. So let's just put this in. Okay, now it asks us definitely to put in the plug again. Next. Your iPhone will talk to your Canary using audio signals. First slide your volume all the way up. This is interesting. Allow access to your microphone. Your Canary is establishing a secure connection. So the light is that kind of white colour on the bottom. So what can we learn whilst this is happening? So the Canary has 3 modes. It has away, home and nighttime mode. When it's away, all members are away and Canary monitors activity and sends notifications. When you're at home, there's a member of the Canary people at home, so you just have different notification preferences. And at night time, you can schedule Canary to monitor activity whilst you're sleeping. You can have it switch modes automatically, which means it will know when you come and go, and will only switch to night mode if someone is home, so you're always protected. You can turn on and off privacy modes. If you need privacy quickly, set your location to private to turn audio and video completely off. That's to stop the old hackers getting in and watching you if they're very voyeuristic. Basically you have the options to choose whatever works for you. So if you have more than one Canary, you can also have these synced up as well. I think the important thing to notice, if you have more than one Canary, the data plan you have, or the cloud package, is dispersed across those devices. So for example, with a single device you have 12 hours. If you have 2 devices, then it's split, so 6 hours each. Okay, so it says we are all done. You can unplug both ends of the yellow cable. So, done. I'm done. Woohoo! Right, click next to continue. Okay, of course, like all Internet of Things, it needs a device update, so it's going ahead and downloading updates. The Canary will take a few minutes to update to the latest firmware. Do not unplug the Canary during the update. Okay, so the update is finally complete. That took a little bit longer than expected, I guess. You know, in the marketing they don't talk about firmware updates. They say, you know, within 30 seconds you're up and running. But of course, different things have to happen. Right, so anyway, it is ready. Let's get started. So let's start with the basics. You can use the Canary app to check on loved ones. quick tutorial to show you the basics. Now let's get that. How can it be? Right. So ask me again about those location services. So right now I don't want the ability for it to turn itself on and off based on location, mainly because obviously I spend most of my time here in the office. I can do this manually. Can you like to send you notifications? Yes, please. So it's currently I think loading itself and enabling itself to be online. Let's see. Right now I think it's trying to download the environmental stuff. So as you said, you know, humidity, temperature, etc. We have an option of watching live. Let's see how this works. We have an option of watching live. Okay, so you can see in this video here, you can see the cameras, and you can also hear the audio. Okay, so you can see in this video here, you can see the cameras, and you can also hear the audio. So as you expect, a slight delay. It's interesting. Right, I'm going to do the crazy thing now of sounding the siren. So I think I should probably cover my ear just in case. I hope this isn't too loud and we can turn it off again. Sounding the siren. Sound the siren. Ooh. Okay, that's loud. So I think that would get my attention if I was a burglar. Okay, so we can view timeline. So you can kind of see what happened. Dale sounded the siren. A clip of activity was detected whilst the alarm was going on. Talks about the firmware being updated, so that's today. No events whilst away, obviously we haven't done anything yet. Go back to home. Okay. So we have different profiles, so it says right now I'm at home. Obviously I can change that, I can add a photo of myself, change different settings, etc. So again, here are the options where we say whether we're at home, away, or at night. So it's kind of a white colour right now. I think if we set ourselves to away, not now. So you can see what different modes. If I lift it up, I think we can see at the bottom a bit clearer. I think it's interesting to see, you know, really how well this is going to work over time. I need to find a good location and kind of give some more feedback. So I think I'll probably talk about this again in a month. But initial unboxing thoughts and kind of setting up, it seems pretty straightforward, easy to use, easy to set up. It's going to be easy for anyone. You don't have to be a technical whiz to get this up and running. So yeah, I think it seems good. I still don't have any details on the home health yet, so as you can see here, still waiting for data to come through. So I don't know if it has to go for a certain period of time before you know, it expects certain things to happen. But if we test, if we put it into away mode again, hopefully if I move my hand in front of the camera, that should be some activity. What's going on there? Okay, one thing that has happened is the information has come through. Okay, that was incredibly delayed, but says there is activity happening. So I think I'll see again over time how that improves. It now has the temperature and humidity, so 17 degrees centigrade right now, 62 degrees humidity, and the air, it says it's still preparing the sensor data, so it needs at least 24 hours before it can check in there. So yeah, this talks about air quality. So in here we have some more data metrics.
so we can look in to see what was temperature, humidity and air quality over time. And that's another thing that's going to help. So if you have a fire or a flood or a leak or something in your house whilst you're away, you're going to get notifications on this as well, because it's going to know that suddenly it's really cold, it's really hot, or it's really wet. And so what should it be doing about it? So far, apart from obviously it seems there is some delay in terms of notifications. Again, I still think it's going to be the issue anytime with the cloud stuff. We'll see how it goes, see if that speeds up over time. For me, I guess I'm just more interested in, will it collect the data if it needs to, and how well it does that over time. So yeah, so this is it, the Canary IP camera. I think it's going to be good. I hope so, and we'll find out a bit more in future videos. How well does it work? How does it integrate into the smart home? And should you consider buying one? So if you've bought one already, please leave comments, leave feedback. What's your experience has been so far? Like anything, I see a real mixture. But I think in terms of price point, if you don't want IP cameras that look like cameras positioned all around your house, then I think this is definitely a stylish way to go. Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter? And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.